Hello and welcome to today's podcast. In fact, I think what I'm going to say today is going to actually um, trigger a lot of debate and actually a lot of reflection, and a lot of, I don't know, a lot of, I don't want to say emotions, but I'm going to some people are going to definitely agree with what I'm going to say. Some people are going to disagree, just as usual. I think it's part of life. But I still have to share what I think, my opinion, and you are entitled to your opinion, and the aim is for us to learn. And I'm not saying what I'm about to say is right. You know, it's just what I think, and I stand to be corrected. So your opinions are welcome, and just let me know in the comment section what you think. All right. I feel like of of late, okay, people like using the term "my girlfriend is very possessive" or "my boyfriend is very possessive." Okay, and I feel like, in my opinion, I don't really think people are being possessive, unless, of course, maybe you are in a case of some form of domestic slavery. Okay, so let's assume that maybe you are with somebody and it's just like this person just, you are just, like I said, use the term domestic slavery. That is different. And that, I know such stuff exist, but not in the context of actually a relationship where both of you have um, engaged. You have. I don't want. Let me not use the term engaged, where it will seem as if maybe you've won rings or something like that. That's not what I'm trying to say. But what I mean by engagement here is literally, maybe the right word I should have used is that both of you are committed, right? So in a committed relationship, I think each and every party needs to be accountable. So me, I've realized that I've met some girls recently, for instance, and what I learned from meeting them was that I had the impression that they just wanted to almost, I don't want to generalize, all right, but those that per my experience, I have the impression that sometimes girls would want to describe me as being possessive simply because I am asking them to be accountable and to be responsible. And they feel like acting responsible here, they feel like they are not just accountable. Somebody ever told me this, okay, a girl ever told me that um for instance, we were to meet and then she canceled the date, and I was like, okay, why wouldn't we be able to meet? And then she was like, in either case, I'm not accountable, or I don't have a lot to account for. This was what she told me. I wish you could speak French, so maybe I could have said it in French for you to understand. De toute façon, j'ai pas beaucoup de comptes à te rendre. So that is to say, I don't have to, like, whatever, whatever. I don't have a, I don't have to account for a lot anyway. That is to tell me that wherever she chooses to go, or why we cannot meet, why she's coming back late, why, I don't have to ask that why. So now, because you don't want to be responsible, and I'm not saying this to bash girls, because there are also guys that act same, that feel like, for instance, the girlfriend or the wife is asking him, where were you, my dear? And you are like, and he's like, like, he doesn't really want to answer, or he's just like being angry, or he's just being whatever. But I'm saying this to say that most of the time, that is pure form of gaslighting. What the fellow is doing is that the fellow is trying to let you judge your own sanity for asking him or her a simple question where they are coming from. Sometimes you are not even saying it because out of suspicion that they are probably cheating or they are probably doing something that's not right or anything like that. But they would just gaslight and make it seem as if you're acting possessive. Like, come on, when we're talking about somebody being possessive, I think it should translate to somebody that is like, some form of domestic slavery, like I said. Or let me not exaggerate, but when we talk about somebody being possessive, then it could be maybe somebody not wanting you to maybe talk to other friends, somebody not wanting you to even speak to your parents, somebody not wanting you to call any other person, somebody just wanting to take charge of or to even have your phone's password, and somebody wanting to always see what you are doing on your phone and all of that, then that probably you could qualify that as somebody that is being possessive. All right. To that extent, you could qualify it as somebody being possessive. But if you just want to stay away from any responsibility and you just want you don't just want to account for anything at all. So it's like this person doesn't deserve to know. So it's like, for instance, and I feel like such people, usually such relationships, because most of the people that I've been with, that I had this experience, I later got to realize that they were there for their selfish interests. So it's like sometimes this person is probably not fully into you. Okay. So the person is like, so you just like, what do you call it? She's just there probably for whatever, okay? It could be maybe the pill is, I don't know, whatever benefits, okay? For me, to be honest with you, I wouldn't be with a girl. Immediately I know, for instance, it's for the fellow is in for the back, as people say, like she's in to get money out of me or something. I'll easily spot that. So I don't. Yeah, but apart from maybe money, which I'm never going to, I know she cannot have me just like that, because I will only be, I only spend on girls that I really think, like, I don't have any problem maybe spending, okay, but not just in an extravagant manner, but we all need, in a mutual relationship, it's all about give and take. It's all about impressing each other. Because you don't, in a normal life, we don't go about impressing people. But in a relationship, we tend to want to prove to each other that we really appreciate each other. So we end up impressing each other. And that there's nothing wrong with that. But it'll be hard for a girl to just come and maybe tame me to get my money, because I always spot those kind of stuff. Games, right? But I was just saying this to say that it could, though it might not just be for money, but it could be maybe for your attention, for sex. Maybe she's enjoying it, but she doesn't really need you for a partner. So, or she might be just this kind of person that is moving left and right, that is not, or she doesn't even want to be in a committed relationship, but so she's there with you. It's like an open relationship for her to have her benefits, and then she can still go out and do whatever that she wants to do, but she doesn't want to disclose that to you, because once she discloses to you, you might just quit it, especially if you've already had sex or something. And at that point, she would feel really very used, or he will feel very used. Please excuse me if you're a girl watching this video. I'm not trying to bash girls, so just know that the flip side is also true, okay? So that may be the case, So at the end of the day, you just feel like this person was there all this while just for what you had to offer. Because when you love people, you're actually accountable to them. and even when you hurt them, or even when sometimes when you don't hurt them deliberately, and these people let you understand, oh, you did something wrong, you actually apologize because you care and you love them. All right. But when you are in a situation whereby anything at all, when this person doesn't want you to know what she doesn't want you to know, she gaslights and makes it seem as if you were possessive. Why you've been too possessive? This is just a term that many people are using these days. And I feel like if really you are in a committed relationship, the fellow is only being a protector. It could be the guy being, usually the guy is the protector, but at the same time, the girl too could be, we actually protect each other. We understand the masculine figure is actually the protector, right? The main protector, let's put it that way. But doesn't mean the female doesn't protect you also, be it physically or even in some other forms of, so protection. So if I'm acting in a very protective manner, for instance, if you go out and then you are coming back late, and I would like to know why you're coming back late, that's a way to protect you. Or if you, for instance, let's assume you are out, you haven't even come, and I'm asking to know, where are you? Because I care about you. Probably you haven't yet returned. Could it be that something is wrong? And even if at all, I would like to know, to actually probe to know, probably you are cheating or something. I think as well, we are in a committed relationship. If you care and you love the other person, you do everything possible to let them understand that that wasn't the case. And you might even apologize for creating that impression. Meanwhile, that wasn't the case. And if it is actually the case, you would apologize and this person might forgive you. So in this case, you are both you are both protecting each other, but there's nothing like possession. But these days, people just make it seem like, oh, they're acting possessive. They're acting possessive. They're acting possessive just as an escape to not be accountable for anything. So for me, such girls, I might just say, if that's the case, then let's stay in an open relationship, right? Because if we are and I mean, I wouldn't even do that, because that's not even my option, because I'm not in. I'm actually in, or I'm looking for somebody to settle with. So if I start to even tell you about being in an open relationship, then that might just be that I don't really see us together because of how you are behaving, right? If not an open relationship, nobody would want to do that, to engage in such, especially somebody who is willing to settle. Okay, somebody who wants to play around might actually propose that and mean it. So I'm saying all this to say that I think we have to be accountable. Okay, you the girl, be accountable. You the guy, be accountable to each other, and you realize that none of you will seem to be possessive to the other, because once you are all accountable to each other and you are willing to let it work for both of you, nobody's playing the other, then no one would gaslight the other that he or she is being possessive. Let me know your thoughts, and just let me know what you think about this whole thing. Okay, about people talking about their partners being too possessive. Is it real? Let me know.